Hello and welcome everyone. God, fuck. Really, the moment I do the introduction, my voice is just like, no! Fuck you! Hey Quant, how are you doing? I hope the breadsticks are nice and ready. I haven't had breadsticks in a while. Yeah, welcome back to some relaxing Battlefield evening, as it is usual every Tuesday. So, new week, new stuff to do. What is on the agenda today? Easy, very easy, very easy. Happens. Okay. Okay. I guess. This one could just be annoying, so maybe I will roll it later. Who knows? Oh, we have Rush now. Ooh. I just clicked on it, but like... Rush on Golmut. Getting, You get memories. One of the few Rush maps that were good. I kinda like that there was... well... Yeah, also using the new RPK. Well, that was great timing. Opening this first round of the stream opening and I'm already showing off. Absolutely magnificent work here. I don't think we're playing on the best thing right now. Oh boy. Honestly, I do like that for Breakthrough they actually have this extra little area down here. Helicopters in Rush! Oh my god. Times are changing truly. Okay, that could have been way further ahead, actually. Why does it say play support? Is there switch to assault?
Got eyes on enemy tank! Enemy tank spotted!
We found explosives on Bravo.
It said that the train isn't crashed in this version, but oh well. I mean, I also like they moved it a bit for breakthrough, so there was some nice variety honestly going on. I know this was a tank map. Listen, I'm just utterly confused because we didn't have helicopters and that many tanks, but just like space on Rush and Breakthrough in so many maps to the point I'm like, oh boy, they need to re-add those.
Attack support needed on the marked objective.
Enemy tank!
What in the ungodly hell is that spawn beacon place? This is not how you play spawn beacons.
Contact enemy tank! Let's move! Come on! Hey, gonna miss it.
Forces are running low. Don't be easy targets.
Okay, listen, do we have a tank? We have a tank. let's try getting this one a little, because the other one, that was embarrassing. I still need to refit my IV loadout at some point. I kinda just made it way too much against anti-infantry. Okay, let's drive in from the side. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, this was already a losing match. Oh god. Is a bit of progress on that? Oh, engineer is the daily one. Matches, support. Carbines on engineer. I could do that even though I have like... Oh. Okay, listen. Maybe we will do that in a bit because we get break for now. Oh, okay, we can maybe go back there. But like, on the server I am, someone said to use the SL9, like, which is one of the SMGs with the burst attachment. True. I don't know if it's good, but it's fun. Like, really fun, honestly. Which is the kind of stuff, you know, you kind of need a bit more. Oh, yeah, let's... Which one is it now? Yeah. That's probably better for this sector. Come on, that should have been a defib kill.
Air support confirmed. Pilots are ready to deploy.
Alpha has been captured by hostiles.
Okay, someone is hiding here. Oh, okay,
Secure
dead.
objective Alpha.
Attack support is needed on the marked objective. An enemy tank north of your location.
Yo.
Take what you can carry.
Our troops have secured Alpha.
Let's go. We got a man down. Need a man there. I got you. Here's the med supply. Drop board the chance.
And that is why you usually shoot the person first. Usually.
Needed on the marked objective.
Attention! Our troops have lost objective Alpha.
I'm hit.
Yeah, I am kind of happy they made the warehouse like the first objectives in Breakthrough, because like this is probably the most action this area got like ever. I don't remember there was ever like huge fighting over it. Like basically people went here in the beginning, grabbed the flag, picked up the HIMARS, and then the map was annoying.
Enemy tank.
I'm so glad they don't have HIMARS on this map anymore.
The enemy has nearly expended all reinforcements.
It is funny though. In 3,
To attack the marked objective.
oh well, you know what the difference was in 3? Both sides had artillery. And from what I remember, and it was basically only on 4 maps, and yeah, it balanced itself out, considering those were also like kind of the biggest maps in the whole game. So the HIMARS photo. Listen, I get the idea. No, it was like, oh hey, what if we buffed artillery, but also made it so that only one side gets a HIMARS, and like, what?
Enemy have almost expanded our reserves.
I mean, we have the mortar bomb now, so, you know,
Be advised, objective Bravo is secured by hostiles.
We have captured Alpha.
so that this was done. Okay, the state will be done soonish. Let's see what the next round will be. If not, we're gonna switch away from goal mode again. I just want to have it a little bit. Ooh. Is this attack again? If this is attack breakthrough, perfect. Oh no, rush. Switching between rush and breakthrough this time. I'm not against that. I like both modes. It's interesting that the BR map always just flashes a bit. Oh, we attack us again. Good. Okay, despite everything, let's try getting a tank.
All call signs, I want a blackout.
Thank you for not running.
Area. Locate and destroy your target.
Okay, we should probably go from the right side then. Could like focus all of our powers, but there's there's an MRAP driving, so that should be good. Mm-hmm.
Charges on Bravo.
Actually, I didn't want to turn. It is so stupid that I can't use rocket launchers anymore. That's one thing they should definitely change again. Like, the thing is, firing from a helicopter with all your gadgets was just always a thing in the series. And shouldn't be removed. Also, make the repair boxes a little bit easier to hit, I'd say. And there we go. Sometimes you just sit down and repair a helicopter. Or they crash.
You're outside the combat area. Return ASAP. You're outside the combat area. Return ASAP.
Set charges on Bravo. Contact! Enemy tag!
Yep. I have run. Oh boy. Wait. From where though? There we go. Mm-hmm. There we go. That someone got cocky there. Fuck. Yep.
We've set charges on Bravo.
They wanted me dead. Dead.
Limited reinforcements left.
Attack successful. We've taken the enemy sector.
And see, this is how you, this is, by the way, not a good example how you drive tanks, but usually how you're supposed to use them. You're supposed to get the enemy vehicles away, but also make a line between the enemies and objectives with you.
We need attack support on the marked objective.
Oh well. I think I can go back to my weekly mandated. Oh, there's someone blew up. Yep. Don't. Whew.
Charges set on objective Bravo. Enemy sector has been captured. Sweep the area for all remaining hostiles.
There we go. It is honestly kind of nice how different this played, because like, you know, this layout was like the one sensible line back in Battlefield 4. And ironically, I would say one of the good rush maps. And, you know, good, more enjoyable ones.
Charges on Alpha.
Charges set on objective Bravo.
Come on!
Yep. Sometimes you should just blitz an objective if you can.
You have an attack order set. Enemy forces are evacuating the area. Sector is ours.
But that was nastily fast.
Enemies inside the sector. Wipe them out.
Stop this beat! Target down! Take what you can carry!
All elements attack. We need attack support on the marked objective.
Wait, did this area exist? You know what? I need to actually brush up again, because honestly, just because I think this one was definitely one of the better rush layouts. I think they didn't even rework it. Yeah, they had a whole initiative back in Battlefield 4 to save rush. And it was pretty drastic. Like, on some maps, they just completely, like, flipped where the layout was.
Alright, explosive set on objective Alpha. We've taken out Bravo.
That went well. Oh, just the second best squad. Do something. So, because, I don't know if this is, specific, it should be specific perfection. Perfection. Where is it? There we go. It is not. I mean, I don't know how hard it would be to do that, but like, I generally would say if you can actually make uniform patches faction specific, that would actually go a long way, because it's, listen, this one, great patch for packs. Absolutely love it. I will probably not change it. I would not put that on NATO soldiers. All right. I think we're going back into normal stuff. A bit of escalation and conquest. Could also go King of... yeah, you know what. Do some normal rush later. We will be right back in a second. I just need to hit the toilet real quick. And we're back. So, let's actually get on with this. But yeah, I really wanted that patch. On the other hand, it is kind of stupid that it goes for both. That could actually be split, I think, so pretty easily, actually. Or should be at least pretty easily split. Well, not a lot to do left. We get that. Oh boy, thrown onto the one of the two maps they said they're going to rework. I'm still wondering how. Like...
All units, objectives are ready for capture. Hold, be secure. We are winning the fight. Maintain our offensive. Delta is under hostile attack.
Objective Foxtrot neutralized.
Defensive position is leading on the mark objective.
Enemy vehicle! Right, he's up!
We now control Objective Foxtrot. We have lost Objective Delta.
I generally say the objectives are good, but like, oh boy, I would say if they want to do Blackwell Fields correct, bleh, no, I didn't look at. They actually kind of need to reshuffle a lot of this stuff. Like for example, F is okay. Here's the thing: F should not be a side objective. Like. So F should at least be where D is. By the way, I would say if you want to make better, at least the size of where, you know, the whole map is now, and then, you know, some boundaries on top. Just, you know, you can keep it square. I would do, like, two things, though. First of all, the hilly part definitely needs to... There should be a better concealment of the lower part of where the oil wells are, and I think they need more cover there. But also more oil wells. I think the oil wells are actually like a very interesting area, but the industrial houses, warehouses stuff should be more in the centerpiece. Like, actually, if this one moved up here and there's like more of a generic military base, they could add another flag, and it would be not like an equal split, and it would also play much better. Let's be real here. And I do think they need more of that smoke, just bigger and, you know, higher. And, you know, obviously expand the borders, flying borders. It's not that there is nothing to use here. I think actually it's a lot of great set parts. I just think the big problem with Blackwell Fields is literally just how it is organized. And, you know, in a way that is probably deceptively... I don't know how to put it in the best way. I feel like this is a map where someone... Cool. Now I'm breaking down with my voice again. Amazing.
Hostiles now hold more objectives.
I mean, for example, the house. It's kind of like there, and you can level it, and like... Okay, let's just be real here. To a certain degree, Blackwell Fields has a lot of the problems original Goldmode Railway had, like, you know, oh hey, here's an, here's just like a very nothing burger of an objective, and it can be leveled. Obviously, in Goldmode Railway, the main problem was also, it was, you know, it was just very open and big and all that, but here it's small, so, you know, it's more the similarities in the details of why is the 2 degrees structured like that. Not that, you know, the individual parts are bad, it's just like, you know... Like, this idea of attacking a military base in Southern California? Good. Again, as I pointed out, it's just...
Cheers! Thank you!
There should be more of it in places where people actually fight over.
How do you have it?
We need a strike support on the marked objective.
Let's move!
You see what I mean? Open, and you have long engagement rate distances. Like, the hill part is so... I think the irony is to say that the hill part is there to give cover, but in reality it just provides vantage points. Yeah, I would say one of the big problems this map has, is I think a lot of the base maps have, is they have good ideas, but I feel like they don't know where to put the ideas. Like, again, for example, the house is technically not a bad idea, but it can be leveled and there's not much around it, so like... How can you make this, like, how can you make the industrial part an anchor point? And this is probably more of a substation somewhere in the center. Like, you can make like a radial layout if you want to. It would be kind of interesting to have like a more central area to fight over. Or, you know, you put it down here and then you put this one in the middle and you're like, okay, you have this road here, which there is more cover over here than there. Oh yeah, that's the scrapyard. Like, again, why is the scrapyard here and not here? Why is the scrapyard and the military base not like opposite mirrors on this part? Then you could have like the center flag literally being on the 3D map a monolith, which is just like an antenna. But again, it's a good landmark. Then you could still have the big surrounding area with a lot of oil fields and smoke, which, you know, would give cover to air vehicles and, you know, cover from the hills. And you could actually flatten the hills a little bit, put a few more houses down here, make like a small, you know, workers village, etc. You know, center the map more around something. Again, bigger, just overall bigger, I would say. Like, you can definitely make a small military, just copy military base stuff over here for a second time. It would be fine. Now, the big thing, though. I'd say it's like, if this map definitely wants to get back into the good graces of people, it needs a bit more than just, you know, oh. We have something here now. You know, better layout, etc. Like, as I said, you could make like a ring layout with a central flag. You could definitely make more of you know, I'd say house shape, like, you know, 4 lower ones and more of a central one here. If you keep it more in a linear sense, I mean, especially if you have some center flags that can be used as one center flag and 2 gimme flags, you could, because the models are in the game, you could be spicy and run a train line through it. But you know, not in the, oh, the point moves a la Goldmund. Keep that gimmick for once. No, just train runs through and obliterates everything in its way. It's a military base and oil fields. They do have train lines.
Let's go! Spotted enemy vehicle!
Because that's the irony. The oil fields are like a really great aesthetic, but you don't fight there. Like, I don't know. If I got assets with oil field material, I would definitely try to make at least one hot zone on the map, like one bigger hot zone where you fight in the oil fields. It's you know, those are just things. So I'm like, I'm wondering what their approach is going to be. Hey, Sanya. Hope you're doing well. I hope the weekend was nice. Ooh,
Take what you can carry.
a rice again. But yeah, oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, we also had some appointments last week, so at least nowadays, at least now it's a bit more. Blah. God damn it. Hope it wasn't too bad. Ken had the wombo combo last week of getting ill, like on the trip to get to the doctor, getting my blood drawn, which is like, you know, you shouldn't have like a combination of, oh yeah, your body is not feeling well, and then the essence that makes you not ill gets drawn from your body. That's good to hear. Yeah. I mean, in general, I will say, I generally think blood should be drawn by cute vampire girls, and the fact that it doesn't is criminal. But that might be another logistical hurdle to solve. Like, right now, I just had to overcome my phobia of needles, so that was fun. But wouldn't have had that if, you know, we just had the vampires do the job. Wait. Okay, that was not me. Whew. I do wonder when they will announce. You know, we'll talk about first details of the rework. Wouldn't surprise me if we still have to wait until fall to that, because... Listen, if you want to have a map that highlights why Sweet Spot sucks, literally this one. It's still amazing that, you know, coming back from new goal mode, to be like, oh wait, yeah, this map has all the problems original goal mode has. I mean, also not really. The sound effect for being fatally injured is kind of crunchy. Oh yeah, sound-wise, this game series always was on point. There we go. I wonder how good vehicles feel on this map now. Like, I noticed at least when they buffed them, a lot of, especially in Breakthrough, a lot of maps that were a bit more, definitely were more manageable and doable now. Okay. Who the fuck puts my... Or maybe at some point I should really look into that editor again. I just wish they had, like, literally flat maps with the asset pools. It would make it a lot easier to start mapping, but alas.
We are taking you outside the combat zone. Get back. To attack the marked objective.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm genuinely happy they have a tool, even though it is more of a you can place stand-in assets in the Godot engine. It is there, and some people already have started making stuff like Mush Tour City as remakes, which is pretty cool, honestly. Like, I saw that and we're like, damn. Like, the few people that really bashed their head against it because, like, I tried and I just didn't grasp it fully because it was weird. And, like, maybe that is me, that I mainly did shit with Unreal back in the day, but... I always feel like I should work my way into some other mapping tools on point. I kinda missed the time, and yeah, I'm still pissed that Unreal Tournament 4 is dead, thanks to Fortnite. Yeah, I was actually working on a few maps back then. Like, I had a smaller I like had like my first one was a bit of a dual thing, you know, simple one, but I basically was working on one that was it was kind of interesting. Basically, the idea was it was basically on one side was a what was it called again? It was a train station, and on the other one was a spaceport, and there were some cliffs and ups. It was not a bad layout. It played really well, but then, you know, before I ever got to anything, like I had the layout stuff done, and I was like, oh yeah, let's start testing. Nope. And since then, bit pissed. You know, it is actually kind of, it actually kind of sucks when one of your early obsessions became multiplayer map design, and then nearly all of the tools to make that for games just kind of vanished, and the ones that were left behind were for games where you were not interested in participating in. Kind of amazing. Like, I'm still happy that how should I put it in the, like, I'm happy Counter-Strike and Valve, like, they still have their tools and they have great but like, yeah, no, I can't get myself to make Counter-Strike stuff. No. Maybe at some point I will look into some Doom stuff or so, but yeah. Have a good night. Honestly, have a good sleep. I can only say do that because, like, we've been awake for too long, and well, too long yesterday, so sleepy. I mean, I took a nap, but yes, it's still not the best course of action to, you know, for big guns. Hey, once more cat. I hope so. I need to wait until the tanks hit the field, but yeah, by the way, this is what I mean with, that's what Black fields miss. They are like, the whole theme is an oil field, and you barely have the oil field. Meanwhile, Firestorm is just the whole, you know, the whole oil stuff. Hey, Connor, how are you doing? Is that? No? Okay. Hey, I shot Carly Chuck. It was pretty easy after all. That's nice. Seems like the new season did fix things. Okay, so...
We've begun our assault on Echo.
Can microcrap fix it? Honestly, I don't know on which side the main problem was. Oh god, hi bot. Ooh.
Be advised, we've lost ground to the enemy. They've taken objective Alpha off the map.
Probably a mix. I mean, that's usually how it goes.
Bravo has been secured.
Be advised, the enemy are now in control of more objectives.
Honestly, oddly honest about Svetam's that the viewers are yeah. I wonder if this is trying to be like a sign of like, oh look, we don't have bad, you know, old bots, we have AI bots. I'm like, listen, your offer is already rancid. Why do you make it worse? And thank you. Bye, bot.
Moving on objective Echo.
There we go.
Echo has been neutralized. We secured Echo. Objective marked. We need you supporting the attack.
Hope the start in the week was enjoyable though. We hop through here. Oh. Yeah, one reason, ironically, why I would say the whole. I know people wanted the combat roll back for, I guess, style reasons. But like, I'm just going to be blunt. There was a reason it wasn't in 2042, and it was a design decision, a pretty good design decision, actually.
We now hold more objectives. Keep pushing.
Yeah, you know, this is the thing I will keep saying. I'm actually happy that they I will say the big problem of the Battlefield class system, or Battlefield 6 class system, is like they feel like they try to shove too much onto classes based on names. Not in, is this a kid that would, you know, make sense to play as and contribute something onto the battlefield? Oh yeah, by the way, how does it look on this end? So revives in smoke, I guess. You know what, I think we can switch to some carbines. And even then, you know, lesser gadgets that could be good are just overshadowed because, okay, here's the thing. I always will stick to the notion that I say having 3 gadgets on one class is good, but they need to better structure and tier them, because right now it is a bit of a mess. Like, for example, oh, they just gave him a package with healing and revive. Not that this is like unplayable, it's just also unfocused, because suddenly 2 major things that could be contributed per class just got rolled into one. So generally, oh hey, you just have less reasons to play other classes because, you know, one is resupplying and healing at once. And you can give everyone the same weapon, and suddenly, oh, you have even less reasons to spread out over the classes. Meanwhile, you have stuff like on the other hand, you have the engineer, which is still just like perfectly fine. Like the engineer is like the best one. Yeah, and I don't get it because like this was a thing that only happened in 2042 because they were, you know, refused to rework Falk and what was he called again? Mr. Don't Feel Sad. Angel! Yes, they just didn't rework Angel and Falk. And like... Sorry, why? That was... Like, the thing is, okay? Either you keep healing and... I think the irony is that after everything, the class system was not that bad in the end. You know, aside from the obvious mistakes. It just seemingly did not have learned the right lessons from it. Like, so I think one of the big things that I feel they just completely overlooked, okay, was the simple fact that they kind of made the Recon stop playing on a hill. Like, you will never stop people, you know, camping on a hill with a sniper rifle. No, that won't happen, but... There's an interesting thing here. See, people were always camping with Recons on a hill because of two reasons. First of all, and I think this is kind of obvious, you had a respawn beacon. Now the idea of the respawn beacon was obviously you put it down somewhere, you know, between you and the enemy between you and the enemy, so you your team can spawn, you know, at best in the back line, capture objectives, etc. You know how it works. And also you have a array of gadgets that help you spot enemies, and then maybe some stuff that, you know, maybe helps out with just simple stuff like you can blow up some enemies, some vehicles with C4 and stuff. It was... The tools were always there. The thing is just, before that, the one class with snipers was the Recon. You always had access to other guns, and when you were smart, you would use the other guns. But people always liked just, you know what, I'm just using the German word, they gammeln. They gammeln, like they're rotting on the hill. They just sit there. It's just, that's it. You know, they just rotted on a hill and tried to snipe from afar. Now, you will never get those people away. The thing is just, sitting on silver sniper rifle in Russia as a tech. Yep, exactly that. Now the thing though, and this is why I will say, ironically, molding. Oh yeah, they were molding. You know what? We should actually push that in English. Like, you're molding on a hill. That actually is that's good. We should definitely get some German slang over idioms. I mean, I already had people saying talk about that they should adapt hobby laws, which, yeah, you know, you should. It's good. But yeah, the thing is, and this is a crucial part, in 2042, I think I've never seen as many people play Recon offensively as in other games. Aside from like the high times of 3 maybe, and even then, And the only recently clicked for me why that was. And again, this is why I will say they didn't learn the right lessons from it. See, all the Recons had the spawn beacon in 2042, and if you played like Breakthrough or so, there were always spawn beacons, even in Conquest. So people plop them down, and also usually in good positions. So you're like, okay, what was the big difference here? And the answer is, well, let's just point it out. The main gadget you have on the Recon here is you have the Tux, which is just basically you put down like a small antenna and that one scans an area around you. And you know what? This is fine. That is generally just a very fine ability. Like, it wasn't 3, it also wasn't 2042 as an option. But here's the thing. Most specialists actually had better options. I know this sounds wild, but yeah. Like, for example, the biggest one that people screamed about, even though she was by no means broken, Pike, who could, on a short distance, spot enemies through walls in front of her. Rao could actually kind of do the same. Like, if you hack one enemy, you just reveal all the enemies around him, and that was stupidly strong in some areas. And let's not forget, and let's not actually forget that we then also got, how was she called again? Miss Everyone Was Horny for Her. But yeah, you had a whole Gemma. You know, I joined after that round, okay? Yeah. Forgot her name now. Damn it. Fake fan. But yeah, you had a whole Gemma that just shut down enemy gadgets. And the minimap. And it was actually pretty good. Like, they were all really good. Like, the thing is, the only specialist that was really used, you know, to just mold on a hill was this quote-unquote sniper focus one. I will go out after this round anyway for a second, but then we can, okay, hopefully you stay in the party. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, the thing is, you had literally 3 specialists, 3 gadgets that had 2-degree spotting or anti-spotting, like really strong effects that basically said, if you want this effect, you need to be at the front. And a lot of people used it that way. So, I don't know if, that's like a pretty obvious thing, by the way. Like, they quite literally ended up having a system where, you know, the gadget that you could choose from, like some of the mandatory ones, were so good, but encouraged, you know, the good playstyle on top of that, that people actually did that. And now we went back to Tux. The spawn beacon is on the assault, and an option. It's not even the main ability of the assault. And at some point, I'm just like, did they notice what they changed? What worked? Because it feels a little bit like not fully. By the way, if you want to talk, we can also put you up a bit and we can just yap a bit. That might also make some stuff easier. Oh god, the translate, which also worked in 2042 and Bad Company 1. Like, what are we doing here? Alright, we have some yap time. Where are you? There you are. Duh. Hello.
Stream. Hello, hello.
Welcome to the official yap. But yeah, you're completely right. We got the syringe, which is
amazing. It's the best gadget ever. I don't see any criticism that is valid.
oh
It's doing everything that it should do, namely nothing.
yeah, but the original one was too strong. Somehow it wasn't too
It
strong.
was healing people. How outrageous!
Yeah, somehow that wasn't too strong in 2042. Somehow that wasn't too strong in Bad Company 1. But somehow it was also not too strong in Hardline. But
It's
somehow,
too strong in Battlefield 6. It's clear. It's clear.
yeah, definitely not a game
Conspiracy
balanced.
theory. Somebody at the Battlefield Studios doesn't like assaults.
I genuinely do not know, because, like, I think, okay, here's the thing. If you want to have a class, okay, with the primary idea being, okay, you push through the front, okay, and your whole thing is about securing objectives. Okay, then I need to ask two questions. What of the general kits is, in your opinion, the best one suited to reinforce assaults and assault angles? Is it grenades, or is it spotting and respawn beacons?
Yeah.
And
Smoke would be cool as well.
what?
Smoke would be cool as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, the irony is that I feel like the idea was to a degree, and I can see it to a degree, that the support has the defensive measures, and technically the assault has the mobility, but the problem is that the assault basically just has
The ladder.
what?
The ladder.
It's the ladder. It's quite literally just, oh yeah, we have the ladder. Okay, that not even a lot of people use, because turns out if you have no structure and everyone can just pick, and it's basically you either pick the respawn beacon and the grenade launcher, what will people take?
The FUB.
Yes, exactly. And like, I know that people put out, oh, but I can. Yes, you can. Like, I made I made a comparison to Dutch roads once, because a good class system is like a Dutch road. See, the thing about Dutch roads is they have this rule that basically they have to make it so that people actually adhere to the rules, because if you build a straight wide street like in the USA and say, but you can only drive 30 kilometers per hour, there will be people that actually drive 30 kilometers per hour, but how many people will not drive 30 kilometers per hour?
I enjoy the German system more. You just make rules to make money.
It's also kind of dumb, but yeah, like, I mean, listen, I grew up I literally grew up on a street that was 30 kilometers per hour, because there were a lot of children still there when I grew up. Like, the village had its own, grade school. And then it was a long road. It wasn't even that wide as America, but it was a long road. And it took a while to get from one end to the other, especially with 30 kilometers per hour. So people just did not drive 30 kilometers per hour because And I quote literally people driving on it, because I asked that. Yeah, you know, I'm a good driver.
Yeah. People always say that.
It's always the case. Like, I'm sorry. You can say this was the intention, but the reality is people, you know, if you don't structure things, people will not do that. And in the Netherlands...
Humans are bad at physics.
Yeah. And in the Netherlands, what do? Speed bumps, you know, traffic regulators, like they have like little aisles that bump out. Stuff like that. And oh wow, people then drive 30 kilometers per hour because you don't want to get onto a speed bump with above 30 kilometers per hour. I wonder
Except you
how
want
that
to break
works.
your car.
What?
Except you want to break your car.
Yeah. And the thing is, a good class system is structured like that. Because if you just throw shit at everyone and just expect, oh yeah, you know, people will just responsibly pick the correct options. No.
Responsibility, is that extreme?
God, remember when Battlefield 4 came out and the grenade launchers
Yeah.
were really strong and everyone on assault just ran 2 grenade launchers because you could just pick 2 grenade launchers at once. And then everyone was like...
I had the tiny problem that all medics are we're suddenly no medics anymore. That great.
Apparently, we didn't learn from that. Well, we learned to a degree because now it's like, oh, yeah, a bit true. But like now it's, oh no, every medic / support now has just a crate that heals and resupplies. Oh, reviving. No, that's a thing you need to put X on, like.
And I'm also not sure whether they are getting the balancing right, because the more and more they are nerfing the defibrillator, the more I'm thinking about just ditching it and just using the E-revive.
Yeah, you see what the problem is here? Like, I think the defib right now is like actually in a good spot. If it was, you know, the main gadget.
Yeah.
But
it isn't.
Yeah, because it's the box. And somehow we really need to ask the question, oh, hey, why would you maybe split up ammunition and health regeneration on classes?
That's way too complicated for us stupid Battlefield players.
And then again, people say, oh, but I like it that way. Yeah, because it's broken.
Yeah, it's completely broken.
Like,
I can play one class and can have everything, and now I only need a good assault rifle, and then I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm. Like, I just want to point out that, you know, you, for example, talked about stuff like, you know, the shield, for example. Sorry, I want to say, where's the shield? Like, the assault is supposed to push. Why is there not a shield in the game?
That's a good question.
Oh, but shields can be... It wasn't a problem in 2042.
In 2042 they were useless, right? Okay, but...
They could have made it a bit stronger. They could have even had, like, multiple variants of shield. I don't know, but... You know what? Be funny. You unlock a shield...
Could have allowed shields and pistols, like in Siege or something.
Maybe, like, you could even make it so that the shield has to be put to the side, you know, that not only the half is exposed, like, you have to expose yourself. But, you know what you could even do? Oh yeah, you could even make the shield, like, a thing, like, multiple shields, like Siege. I don't know. There are ideas. Yeah. Like, for example, you have one where you have less visibility, but, you know, it, but it's made of metal, it's stronger, has more areas to the side, like, and to the top, so you can actually shield better. Then there's one where you can see through, maybe even one with a bit of a flashlight. You could have a bunch of shields, but no, we got the ladder, which instantly started breaking maps. The ladder is cool, but like... Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they probably had good ideas for the class systems, so probably a few certain things they wanted to have. So the first thing was healing and ammo has to be on one box, and beginning from that everything broke down.
Yeah, like listen, the main thing I will say is that I do think if we want to... I think the Assault should actually be a class with, you know, like, if I would rework the Assault, I just say Spawn Beacon is the main gadget, period. Then you have one slot where you only have options for spotting enemies. Like, yeah, you can have the Tooks, you can have, you know, the throwing ball. I don't know what you could, what others you could put in there, but like, you know, oh hey, you know, also I would definitely change the drone, as in like, you know, you don't use it yourself, because like at some point we need to just point out, can we just point out how useless the drone is? And they always flip-flop back and forth on it, because like either, oh, you can destroy things with it, which was, you know, going into the whole saboteur area in 2042, which they then removed again. So it was just like, oh, you were molding on a hill again.
Molding.
Listen, I just make it so, you know, you put up a drone, and then it flies beside you, and it auto spots enemies that come into you know, to where you see them, and maybe highlights, you know, gadgets on the ground. Are you dead? Or, you know, you put it like up in the air and then it just like hovers in a spot. You could even make both. Who cares?
I think the hovering thing is already in the game, but the drones are just so easy to destroy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the hovering should be just the thing, because then it would be a, you use it and you put use it and forget it, instead of, you know, you actually have to place it manually.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Maybe I shouldn't play machine pistols, but I need to get machine pistol kills.
I mean, they're not that bad. Oh yeah,
True, but on this map...
I don't know if you ever tried it. I might switch back to that now. So they added actually a burst mod to guns. And again, I don't know if it's good, but SL9 with burst mode, there is something there. Trust me, there's something there.
Probably fun.
It is fun. It is genuinely like, oh wow, that SMG that usually has like a horrible spread is now very precise.
I haven't unlocked so much yet. And I haven't played so much last season, so I have to do all these catch-up achievements.
Yeah, also
And they are annoying again.
Also, what I find fascinating is just like how strong some of the stuff from the support is, because like, oh, you also get stuff against vehicles. Like, why is it on support? You have your mortar. Okay.
I hate the mortar.
Fair enough.
Luckily,
Smoke.
they nerfed it again.
There's a smoke launcher, a fire launcher. Like, okay, so the flamethrower equivalent is on the support and not on the assault, I guess. The cover is like, okay, the whole... You have a bit of a fortification theme again with the whole anti-nade stuff. And then the supply pouch. What?
Don't ask.
Yeah, it's just...
Just don't ask.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm asking. What the fuck?
My problem is, DICE is... So, overall, to be honest, Battlefield 6 is a pretty good game.
It works, yeah.
I'm pretty satisfied with it when it's not hard crashing my PC. That's
yeah,
the thing where I lose patience. But fortunately, it stopped. But otherwise, I'm starting to get the feeling that DICE does not want to fix the game issues of their game again, because they are saying nothing about it. It's like, yeah, we want to fix all the bugs, we want to give you all the maps and weapons that you want to have, but we will not touch the classes.
Yeah, and like, I think You know, I think the irony is that probably this time around the classes are just not that big of a problem, so we rather get stuff like how's it called? Oh yeah, the vehicles getting fixed. Good.
Was good.
Oh, hey, we get 2 map reworks. Good. I'm still wondering how they will look like, but good.
They can only get better.
Yeah, I mean, I ranted about this a bit ago. Playing Blackwell feels like, you know, it's kind of interesting that you have like this scenery of oil fields, and then you kind of don't have a big area in the oil fields.
Yeah, that's kind of weird thinking
Like-
about it.
Like there are good, there are good. There are good areas and sections in Blackwell Fields. I will say that. They're just,
Yeah.
you know, the structure is just odd. Like, oh, you have a scrapyard, which is good, but it's not one of those, you know, more central hot zones, which it should be from the amount of, you know, like the hot zones, quote unquote, are the tower, like the radio tower, and basically sheds in nothing. But the base and the scrapyard are not. What? Hey, generally, if they just moved like the scrapyard and the base at like opposite ends in the center of the map, that would already like help a lot. Because suddenly you had like 2 very fun points with, you know, cover, etc. And as a focal point. But I don't know.
No, the spotting is actually working reliably.
Yeah, it changed a bit, I think. Like, the game is getting better. For example, all the vehicles now actually feel really good to play. Well, they feel good to play, you know.
They are not of paper. That's a start.
And now people complain that they're overpowered, which is just like, what?
Well, come on, people.
No, you just went from they are nothing and, you know, die when you cuff at them to, oh, they do stuff.
I mean, tanks are supposed to be stronger forces than single infantrymen. And before that, they were not that. A single pioneer, a single engineer could easily destroy an Abrams without really paying a lot of attention.
Yeah, now
And
I need at least 2.
That was completely broken. Now you do need a bit teamwork in a teamwork-based shooter.
Or at least, you know, I say it's a monkey zerg game, as in like, you know, I mean, the whole idea of Battlefield is, you know, you have a lot of monkeys with, you know, roughly organized kits and guns, and the idea is monkey together strong. But if one monkey is strong enough, then the whole idea of you need multiple monkeys to be strong breaks apart. You know, the point is not that you that one person can just kill a tank on their own. The point is that at least 2 or 3 monkeys realize I can shoot tank. And then maybe it works out. That is the point. And on the other side, and on the other side, you should have at least 2 monkeys in the other tank being like, Ooga, we need to drive back. And then maybe that works out. And that is the fun. And that's the thing, it's a monkey horde game. Yes. That's the thing, it's a monkey horde game. We're all a monkey horde in this. And as long as you have a good structure to the monkey horde, it's fun. But before that, a bit of the structure was just missing. So, monkey sad. Now monkey happy.
It was always depressing as an engineer to kill tanks so easily. I always thought, why should I want to drive tanks? It looks ridiculous.
I generally had a method down of just like slamming the air mine, getting my rocket launcher out, and I could kill it in like 1 or 2 hits. It was stupid.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Oh, they also fixed in the last season the small bug that I've reported. That's nice.
Oh, what did you report?
There was a minor bug in the starting screen with the background videos that in the first frame before the videos play there was a slight green seam.
Ooh.
And that really annoyed me.
That is actually very fair to be fixed.
Yeah, that really annoyed me. You could only see it if you paid a lot of attention. But as soon as I realized that, I looked at it at each game start and at each game stream, and it annoyed me. And they fixed it. I'm so happy. It's the little fix.
Yeah.
Like giving the Assault a good class gadget.
We had the med pen. Why take away med pen? It worked in 3 games. 3.
Yeah, it's going to be the my hill to die on in this game.
No, it's actually like that is completely fair. That is like one of those they need to rework that because like what are we doing here? I'm absolutely sorry. The classes need a touch up, and one of the things is look, the easiest thing they can do. Oh wow, what happened here with the helicopter?
Yeah, okay, Season 3 has a few new graphics bugs.
Yeah, hey, come on. We're driving tank.
Tank. Funk. Oh, where are you? Ah, there you are. I'm blind. I have new glasses since a while. The new glasses have thinner glasses and they are better.
New glasses club. I also had mine replaced a while ago.
Mine were still quite good, but my additional health insurance pays me like 150 euros every 2 years, so and I ignored them for like 4 years, so I gifted them money, which is not a good idea. So I had to buy new glasses.
Yeah.
I don't like to give money to big insurance companies. It's not good.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Honestly, it's kind of shocking that Golmud Railway is now the best map in the game.
It's confusing.
But I mean, they just fixed the problems, which is like, yeah.
Golmud Railway is meant to be bad, okay?
Yeah, open green field with like holes in it, and then you hope that it works out. And now it's colorful.
Good, I'm confused.
Yeah, you can play infantry on Golmud. I forgot to change my IV again. Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
I forgot to be an I'm an engineer. Oh, good. That's good.
Why do I have the grenade loader? Why did I make this absolute rancid IV loader and keep forgetting to change it?
Fine, tank. Oh, my grenade launcher does damage against vehicles. A bit. Oh, I can't aim. It's hard to hit infantry with this grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, tanks everywhere.
I also had a shitload out. Oops. Yeah, that one is on me. Sorry.
Living, dying. Where's the difference? Why does it matter?
I can't change my vehicle loadout.
Can't?
I don't think
Good
so.
question. Where should we be able to do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if you press F on if you hover over a vehicle in the
Oh,
screen.
then. Okay, yeah.
It's
we'll do
hidden
that.
rel. UI UX design today with the Battlefield Studios.
Yes. Good
Let's
UI.
hide options.
Well.
I bet my players won't find that option. Hehe.
I think it's bugged. Cool.
Oh. Oh, it's bugged. Great. We probably only have to wait for a month for that fix. Don't worry.
Now it works?
Oh, it's just sometimes breaks. Amazing. There's also a bug that in some games, if you respawn, the weapon change screens are all blurred out, which is kind of awkward. Somebody's shooting at me. I'm against that. Don't shoot at me.
But yeah. Oh, well.
Grab what you can!
I was like, why is the Abrams on the roof? What did they do again here?
Monkey take tank to roof.
The roof broke apart. As if the game realized, wait, an explosion.
Wait, the tank, it should be too heavy. Let's break the roof. Physics remembered. Tank heavy.
Monkey remembered physics. Monkey realized roofs should break.
Yeah. So
But
the
yeah.
engine, the physics engine is also just a monkey. Oh, run orange cat.
You know, if it's an orange cat, then you would keep running into things, but... Maybe it's a little bit orange.
Oh, they're molding apples on this table.
Nice.
I think they're molding. Yeah, they're molding. They don't look well.
But yeah, you know what I find the most interesting about this? Because I do think they should really start, like if they're going to rework, you know, Blackwell Fields and New Salt Lake City, I think there is no reason not to just like double the map size at this point.
Sure.
Because, like, I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that those maps that are smaller than Mirak have less. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm not hitting 200 FPS usually on Goal mode, but still way above 120, so I'm fine.
Oh, by the way, have you seen what some people on Reddit are demanding? That we should have 128 players again?
No! No!
They never learn, do they?
It's just like, oh, the game. No! Number bigger, better. No!
They never learn.
Be advised, the enemy are now in control of more objectives.
I mean,
I just hope that DICE, or better, the Battlefield studios will ignore these ideas, because they remember that their 128 player maps sucked.
I mean, here's the thing, okay? 128 can work, and I will say this with the biggest asterisk possible. Because, look, the problem why something like Goldwood Railway broke apart was they basically tried to make a map where the whole center part was, or, you know, the whole area where, you know, infantry was supposed to work on, was just like very sparse due to the back then engine and especially platform limitations. And like, yeah, Goldwood was open, empty, and the bit of cover that you had could be raised. And now, because they have like 64 players, so they have much more, you know, like a much bigger limit on how many objects they can use on a map to work with, look what they made. A good map. Which was, like, let's just be real here, they just added shit.
Yeah.
But that's good. Like, I don't know. Listen, Blackwell Fields is the same way I would say if you move, like, the scrapyard and the military base to opposite ends of the center, and then just add shit and make it bigger, you will also have a good map.
Yeah.
And ironically, New Sobek City is also just when I would say you just like double the map in just like length, like keep it a linear map, similar to, you know, a Battlefield 1 map. And then, crucially, by the way, no one on the rooftops anymore. I'm sorry. I get what you wanted to do. No more rooftops. Period.
No rooftop molding.
Yeah, and then you just slam down more buildings, and boom, you have a map where it's basically you have the center road, you have construction sites, you have like other buildings where you fight in the parts in between. Vehicles and helicopters have also have space to maneuver around in it, and oh yeah, that's how it kind of should work. I will say though, if I want to see one thing on Blackwell Fields though, because, you know, it's an oil field, so there's a lot of industry. You know how most of that oil is getting transported away?
Trains?
Yes. Train line through the middle, and not in the Golmud way, but in the propaganda way. It would be fun if you just had like a center point to fight over, and periodically meep big train runs through.
And you would have to be a train. Otherwise you wouldn't have been so excited.
Listen, I just have the good ideas here, okay? Trains always make maps better. Like, quite literally.
That's true.
You need to keep in mind. Look at, okay, you know, launch maps Battlefield 2042. Which were the good runs? Right. Those like Arica Harbor, which had trains. And then you look at like, oh, when they started being good. Right. With Reclaimed, which had trains. Oh, what is now the best map in Battlefield 6? Golmud Railway. It has it in the name. The answer is obviously that we need more trains.
Yeah, we have like an N of 6 that's large enough for our purpose. A medicine dissertation would say that's enough. So it has to be enough for us. I'm never dissing
Airtight
people
data.
getting their medicine doctorate. I would never do that. No, not me.
It's absolute airtight data. The more maps based around railways and trains, the better you get maps out of it. Just period. Hey, I'm just saying, you know, if they want to turn this into a bit of a greatest hits game, again, Blackwell Fields, let just the train run through. Maybe switch up that it can be randomly come from each side. That would be fun. But again, it should go through the center of the map, so where people actually fight, so you can actually have fun moments.
They could make a new version of Amiens with a subgrade.
Yeah.
I would like that. I loved Amiens.
I mean, hey, I do wonder if they actually do another remake for Season 5 and it's a new area they're going to. They kind of confirmed now that that Season 5 is a new setting. So it's gonna be Vegas. Like, that was the Vegas sign.
Las Vegas. Or maybe the Times Square?
No, that's Vegas. That was the Vegas sign.
Okay.
Also, Times Square is New York. We already been to New York.
Oh, yeah, right. We already had 2 New York maps. More New York maps would be a bit superfluous.
So, yeah, it's gonna be Vegas. Which is like, okay, yeah, good. But if they make a third one, which is a remake, I'm like, which one are they picking?
That's hard.
I mean, hey, we have no... Like, I know people say Dawnbreaker, but here's the thing.
Dawnbreaker.
Okay, listen, Dawnbreaker was actually one of the good maps at launch.
One of
Well,
the
at least-
better maps, you mean?
Yeah, better maps. Let's put it like this. But hey, they made Goal Mode good. If they want to remake
Yeah, okay,
Dawnbreaker,
yeah. In
That
Dawnbreaker,
development is
you only have to make the roofs into dead zones, and then that's probably fine.
yeah. The thing is just, Dawnbreaker's at the water.
Yeah.
They could definitely put it like in the middle, but Dawnbreaker has hills. Vegas is pretty flat. So I do think they probably have 2 new maps and some like, okay, what is the remake? What is the crackpot remake that we can think of? And
Take a random Battlefield 4 map, most of them are bad.
here's the thing: we already have 2 Battlefield 3 maps in the game. Well, we have 2 ones too soon.
Yeah.
We have 1 4 map. We will get 1 from 1942/5 because it seems to be more based on 5.
Right, 5 had also a Wake Island. Forgot that.
Yeah, they had Wake. Good version of Wake, actually.
Yeah, the Pacific maps in 5 were all very, very good. Oh god. Attack! Maybe a bit superfluous. There are tanks everywhere on this map. I like that there are Leopard 2s on this game.
Yeah, the SL9 burst is, I will just say, probably people are sleeping on it because, like, oh, you give a an MP a burst weapon attachment and, like, it's good.
I think this tank has about killed me 2 times in a row.
Enemy is still winning the fight. Get back into control.
But yeah, okay, you know what? My crackpot theory is it's gonna be Strike at Karkand.
That would be great. I wanted to say that I would like to see Striker Karkand.
Yeah, but like with the idea of, you know, you attack like the how's it called? Okay, it's either Strike at Karkand or Road to Jalalabad. Those are my 2 picks because I feel like
don't know the second one.
also okay. Let me put it like this. Road to Jalalabad is just, it's kind of like Karkand's small cousin. Like it's a different layout. It's a bit flatter, but it's same principles, and it also works really well.
Small. But small?
Not small, more in the sense of, you know, people overlook it.
Oh, okay.
I can actually put the ones up on the screen, and you will be like, oh yeah, it's basically just like they kind of made Karkand again, and that's you know what, you know, Jalalabad is good, and okay, now that I think about it more, that could work. Okay, the only problem would be in Jalalabad there is like a lake where you can like drive across. Like that was like the big. They could make that like just something else. I don't know.
We're capturing the train.
Yeah, best change that they that the train now moves to the enemy.
Yeah.
This is just like, it's kind of insane how in the original map, you know, they were like, oh no, it moves to your headquarters and then stays there, and like, so you mean the enemy, the team that captures the first will just hog it?
Yes.
That was great design, immensely. One change and it's just better. But yeah, also some zip lines and whee!
It was in Battlefield 4. What do you expect? Battlefield 4 had all the great ideas.
Fair point.
It's the Trump of Battlefield.
Oh god.
Okay, maybe a bit better.
Yeah, like that is no, that is. You know what? I can't believe to say. I can't believe I say that, but take that back. 4 was not that bad.
True. Oh, it's not that bad. Maybe it's the lusset of Battlefield.
Whoa.
But 4 wasn't that bad, to be honest.
4
just
had, I mean, 4 had major
best.
problems, but it was like, it was probably the best example of, you know, they were fixable,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
they were also fixed mostly.
Yeah.
It's like, this is similar when I'm saying, you know, oh yeah,
4 was a decent game. It was not nearly the best game. People usually overhype it way too much.
yeah, because, like, the thing why people play 4 nowadays is just basically 2 reasons. Good netcode, and, you know, you can actually play it.
Yeah.
And also just, you know, private servers. You can play it with a good netcode, and crucially, this is the main thing, oh wow. Yeah, it's fixed, and you have like a few really good maps for free. Also, like, you know, a lot of people got the DLCs for free, but that's a different thing. Yeah,
That helps.
you know, you know, okay, if you want to put up a Conquest server or so, and, you know, yeah, not all the base game maps are good. But again, if you
they're
just,
good enough.
let's just put it like this. If you slap together a private server, okay? And you put on Siege, Siege of Shanghai, Dawnbreaker, Zavod.
Yeah, that's fun.
Zavod, how was it called again, the island map?
Parasol Island.
Parasol Storm.
Storm, yeah.
Parasol Storm, and then, you know, Zavod Knight, and Dragon Valley, and Operation Outbreak. You have a good time. Those are not, you know, those are like, yeah, you can have a server with the good maps, and I mean, most servers run
Propaganda
all
maybe
maps.
on top of it.
If it's just one to only with the free ones.
Okay, yeah.
Propaganda would be in it. Listen, if we say, oh, DLC maps, then obviously I would put in Propaganda, and I obviously would in Guilin Peaks, because those are just really good. Yeah.
But maybe Battlefield 4 DLC maps weren't that good anyway, so...
Most of them not, but like, I think the irony is more like they had like mostly just stinkers or mediocre stuff that people try to claim were not, but then they had like just some really good ones, like for example, you know, let's just put it like this. China Rising. Just god-awful map, like generally the worst of the worst in the franchise.
But they look pretty.
And then there's Guilin Peaks, which, you know, if they just made the top of the peaks inaccessible, and even then, it's not the biggest problem, that's a good map. If you remember which one it is.
I'm not sure.
It's the infantry map, the smaller infantry map with like the 3 big stone pillars and a cave system beneath.
Yeah, that one was cool.
The one was good. That's a good one. You know, ironically, you know what? Ironically, it did the thing of, you know, it's just infantry and air, in this case, helicopters, actually well. Right, Fiel?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I just had to, you know, sorry, I had to just shit a bit on Fiel here. Like, I can give it some strays. But yeah, no, that was good.
What is it with, by the way, what is it with Battlefield and confused Battlefield titles? Battlefield 4 was only a bit confused, largely only because of maps.
No, it also the
5
weapon,
was
the weapon handling at launch was confused. The class and gadget system was confused.
Well,
It was very confused. Rush just didn't work at all, and everyone was just like, "What?"
Battlefield 4 overall didn't work at launch, so...
It was also on the design level not good, but different topic.
Yeah. Battlefield 5 was also very confused.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those. It was just thrown together. I feel, you know, individual parts good, and then mean, the thing is more like 5 had some good parts that when, the other ones were cleaned up, they were... Oh yeah, and it worked, but still... Hardline was not that confused. But then again, Hardline.
Yeah. Hardline's biggest problem still is...
Was Hardline.
Yeah.
Also Battlefield 4 to a degree, because they were like, yeah, you know what, we're going to help save Battlefield 4, and then everyone was like, okay, but why should we play Hardline now? And I'm like,
It's a good question.
Visceral didn't even get the recognition for it, and I hate that.
Yeah. So Hardline was gameplay-wise very good, but nobody played it, and the setting was just awful.
The thing is, and I'm going to be honest with you here, people who had no idea branded it publicly as a soulless hack job, and then convinced everyone to not even check.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be very clear here. Anyone who's like, oh yeah, Battlefield is great. Again, who fixed 4? It wasn't DICE LA mainly, it was also Visceral Games. That did like a lot of the job they could put back into it. I mean, okay, DICE LA also did like a lot of good stuff with them, but still.
Yeah, and Battlefield 4 before that was really, really a bad game. It has had so many problems.
Yeah.
It was so broken.
4 would have never been this good without Visceral Games, and now we
And I have to apologize again to Battlefield for calling it the Trump of Battlefield. Battlefield 4 the Trump of Battlefield. It's actually quite good. It's actually
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So to launch, I don't know. I played Battlefield 4 at launch, and I made myself play it. It was barely playable. I don't know how I'd stand that. Maybe it was young enough to not be less frustrated about broken games.
Oh, I also tried, but yeah, no. I think the only one I played less was 2 Degree 1, and it had more to do with the fact that my CPU couldn't handle it. Because it
one like to munch CPUs.
But I
CPU.
probably was like the #1 Rush player in 1, and like the thing is, I just didn't play that much later because I was in the CPE, and it was fun. But like I will say the reason why I kind of bounced off of 1 a lot and but I stayed with 5 is 1 was just so basic. Like oh hey,
One's gun balancing was awkward. It worked on paper, but in practice it worked, but in practice it didn't feel so good.
It wasn't
for
fun.
many people.
And
Yeah,
then
for many people it wasn't fun. I really liked it, but a lot of people found it was not fun to play in practice.
I think the big point to make, the biggest point to point out is that, okay, this probably sounds weird, but the class with the most, okay, before they patched the time to kill and actually made it more fun to use, even then it was very slow. The class with the most fun ones were assaults with MPs, because there was like actual difference between them, like genuine. And then you had the medic, which had, oh yeah, we basically have, what's it called? The medics were like, oh yeah, we have the semi-auto rifles. And they all kind of just felt the same.
It felt very similar, yeah.
Yeah, and like
There were a few ones that shot a bit more fast for close range, and then a lot of them for mid-range.
but
And
like
that's about
it was very similar.
Yeah. If you
And-
liked the playstyle, it was great. Otherwise, it was...
On the other hand, LMGs also kind of the same, which is okay. Not the best thing. And then you had then you had the recon with the snipers, and I don't really touch snipers, so also there was like snipers where and also the fact that they just didn't have like that many guns in the beginning, and then also they tried to hide that with, oh yeah, we
Yeah,
have
with their variants.
you have weapon variants, and they were like boring. Oh
They
boy.
were really boring.
Listen, I'm not against weapon variants, but you know, if the variant was like had like
Please do.
genuinely some interesting thing going on.
There
Like-
should be some effort behind them.
Yeah, like for example, I could see variants work in the sense that, for example, oh hey, you unlock, for example, the scar when you play, how's it called? When you play Assault also, okay? Like, if you have, like, an actual, system with... Like, an actual, you know, locked class system again, weapon class system, that would be one thing. Like, you know, you unlock the Scar, and you play the Scar, and then you unlock the Scar Carbine, and the Scar DMR, and Scar LMG, the more you play them. That would be interesting. You know? Or you had like genuinely differences like, oh hey, you have like the saw, like the saw LMG, and then you could unlock the chainsaw LMG, you know, with the chainsaw grip. Dumb, but fun. But yeah, the weapon variants, like, and it only really started being interesting the moment they added stuff like the Fedorov Aftermath, so like over a year in the game.
Yeah. They really took...
They took their
a while.
sweet time.
And with Battlefield 1 they also showed how bad their old season pass system
Oh no,
can get.
there were loot boxes.
Yeah, of course, loot boxes were.
5 was the battle pass.
But also, I mean, the premium of Battlefield 1 was not really working well. Everything was delayed. The map quality was a bit all over the place in some DLCs.
Oh yeah, you had
I mean, the first
the
DLC
French
was
one.
good. The French one was good.
The French one was good, yeah. And the Russian one was...
Half good. Like 1 or 2 maps in there were really bad, and the rest was...
Okay, a question. What do you think were the good ones? Which one were the bad ones?
I think Galicia, or was it what score was pretty bad, if I remember it right. I'm not
Yep.
sure. I
Galicia
don't
was
remember
bad.
the really good ones.
There was Lubko Pass. That one was
Yeah,
good.
that was fun.
Then Volga River was bad because it was Galicia
Yeah.
2.0. Then you have Tsaritsyn, which was... Hey, Devastation fixed it.
Yeah, Saracen was also weird.
Tsaritsyn was like, oh boy. For everyone who wonders what was the problem with Tsaritsyn, it was literally just one big cathedral in nothing. That was the whole map.
Oh, that had a cathedral. That's good, right?
Yeah. Well. But yeah, in the end... So we have a bunch of them down, then you have Galicia, so like 4 maps out of 6 already, like... Whew. So, do you think Brusilov Keep was good?
Don't remember.
No. Sorry, Brusilov is one of those... It's lopsided. One team can just dominate the other. Not the worst layout, and it can work, but yeah, it is mostly lopsided. So yeah, they genuinely managed to bring out the DLC where 1 map was really good and 5 were not.
Yeah, I think this pattern continued a bit, right? As far as I remember, the next DLC had also a few stinkers. What was the next one?
Oh, yeah, the
Was
Rising
that
Tides
the-
one.
Yeah, genau, exactly. Helgoland was terrible.
Heligoland was horrible, yes. But on the other hand, Galicia, Gallipoli
Yeah, Gallipoli was quite good.
and Achibaba was the one
Yeah,
behind
that
that. Those were
was
good.
also quite good. Yeah. So, 2 good ones, 1 really bad one.
And then you had Zeebrugge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
True, didn't play that one
It was
so much.
good from what I remember. I think
I
Zeebrugge
think
was...
it was released way later than the
Yeah,
first
they split it in
two, so
half.
I-
Like, first you had Gallipoli, then you had the North Sea, and like...
Yeah, I didn't play Zeebrugge so much.
Zeebrugge was the good. Like, I would say, yeah, more good than bad. And then you had...
There was another DLC after that, right?
Oh yeah, Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Where they literally had 2 maps that were not played by anyone because they were for air supremacy,
Yeah.
which no one played. And then you had, how's it called? Oh yeah, you had Passchendaele, which was good. Passchendaele was good.
And we had Verdun, right?
What?
Verdun?
Oh, Verdun was in the, French one.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
No, the last one was Passchendaele, which was good. Then you had Isonzo River. So Caporetto, I think he's it. Was it? Where should we start with Caporetto? And generally, where should we start with Caporetto?
I think I don't remember it.
Oh, that was the one where the Austrians attack down the slope.
For Austrians.
You notice what the problem is here, right?
Oh, a tank found us. I know that I forgot a lot of memories about Battlefield 1 maps and Battlefield maps overall.
Yeah, you know what? Don't worry. I'm
There's
just
been
weird
so
in that
much.
regard.
Okay, there's been so much time between me playing this game so much and now. When was Battlefield 1 the current Battlefield game? In
2016.
Wow, 2016.
That is 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I started university in 2016.
Damn. And now you're still at university.
Yeah. I just have more degrees and I'm collecting more.
It finally pays off. That's more like it.
The longest that I have been in anything so far, so... Longer than in school, thinking about it. That's crazy.
All call signs. Hostiles now hold more objectives.
But I'm not only technically a student.
I mean,
I'm always a student when it is a benefit for me. And I'm not a student if it's not a benefit for me.
I guess you could do that.
Yeah, that's my game.
No, they had Caporetto, which was not good. And then they had the funniest one of them all. The Man.
I played that, I bet. But I don't remember. I don't even remember
Oh,
the
it was
the
bad.
name.
It was. Oh boy, was it bad.
Was it the one with a bridge?
What?
Was it the one with a bridge?
No. That's the one where you had to attack an open field through a river onto one singular farmhouse and then through more open fields into an industrial area. And when you're like, wait a second, well, that was exactly how the Man was played out. And if you're wondering, how did the Man play out in real life? The answer is yes, horribly for the Allies. Like, yeah, the Man was a slaughterhouse, but like, maybe because you shouldn't.
I'm looking on the Battlefield wiki to the different maps again. Passchendaele, River Somme, and Caporetto, right?
Oh, yeah, River Somme, that was it. You know, that's the Battle of the Marne, but yeah. River Somme, that was. And I don't know if they've changed it back, but you know what the funniest bit is that they did? Because I realized, wait, this is just horrible and breakthrough and also conquest to degree.
I don't remember.
They added vehicles.
Taking more objectives.
Which is so funny because historically, the Battle of the Marne didn't have vehicles. Which is also one of the reasons why they actually developed the tanks, because, you know, the Marne was, the Battle of the Marne was so horrible, because, you know, again, maybe you should have some moving cover and not send your infantry over open fields.
Wasn't that one of the main problems of strategy in World War One? That the
Oh, yeah.
generals thought, let's send our soldiers over open fields into machine gun fire. What possibly can go wrong?
You just need more people charging into machine gun fire, then it will work out.
That will solve the problem. Narrator, it's... Oh, I'm blind. There
In
was
that
a guy
regard-
on the staircase.
In that regard, it is actually kind of ironic that this is just happening again.
Yeah. True.
But this time with the ability to just look way further, so
Now you can also send your men into drone bombardment.
you know what the irony is? The drone bombardments are not even like the problem here. It's just I keep saying the main thing where people say drones are like you know, replace tanks or they're the future is they do not have the updated data from the war, and the fact that drones, yeah, they kind of started hitting a snag here, because you know what the problem is with a drone, like the cheap drone? It literally has a module on it, and this is why, by the way, when you buy drones for Ukraine, they specifically say don't buy ones with modules in them, because basically the modules for the radio frequency that is used on the drones is basically just installed last minute, because turns out jamming exists. So and basically what happened is Ukraine realized, hey, wait a second, if we just jam, then, you know, all the Russian drones fall out of the sky. And the Russians were like, yeah, then we do the same. But then the Russians were like, oh, wait, shit, we need to attack. So what if we open one channel? Yeah, then the Ukrainians were like, oh, one channel is not in use, let's jam it. All the Russian drones fall out of the sky. That's interesting.
I think they solved it, right?
What?
Objective Bravo is no longer a valid target.
What did they do?
I think they solved it somehow, right?
Oh, you want
Because-
to hear how they did that?
I'm not sure. I know that some drones now have cables again. That I know.
Yep, they just put on optic fiber. Which, so, like, literally it looks sometimes, like, some areas of the Ukrainian front just look like a Spider-Man civil war happened. It is hilarious. So, basically, we went from, oh yeah, look, the cheap drones of the future to fancy wire-guided missiles.
Yeah. Only the huge drones that fly in multiple kilometers
Yeah, and then
sky.
And then there's the thing that the Russian propaganda doesn't want to tell you, and that is that the payload on the cheap drones is not enough for tanks.
Yeah, it's enough to kill infantry.
Yeah, but like,
basically.
not tanks. Ironically, they said, oh yeah, look, one of our Lancer drones took out the Crusader tank. Meanwhile, one of the few confirmed impacts of a Lancer drone on a T-62 left barely a hole. because what basically happens is a lot of times they just take like RPG ammunition, slap it on the drone, fly it over, and it's basically just a fancy hand grenade with rotors.
Yep.
Which is enough to, disable small vehicles, but this doesn't kill tanks. The thing that kills tanks is tanks.
Or javelins.
Yes, like they
like that.
kept doing before. And then people always like, oh, but the thing is, the strength of the drones is quite literally because they have good intel, but also sabotage drones have such a small payload usually because that the best defense against them, and I kid you not, is wires. It's fucking like they just put up old fishing nets over roads.
Yeah, I saw
And
that in the documentary.
that's enough. That's genuinely enough.
Yeah.
Like
I think
the
small
saboteurs.
drones are most dangerous for reconnaissance and for infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Because for an infantry person, it doesn't matter whether the drone throws a small explosive device or a larger one. You're dead anyway.
Yeah. And the irony is that, something like the Lancer drone, where they're like, look how cheap it is. The problem is, cheap drones can be countered cheaply. You know what the best counters against the Lancer drone are? Literally, the fucking Gepard and two idiots in a small, rotor plane with an MG. Because that's the thing that also people don't tell you, and it's one of those when people say, oh, look, Iran is so strong. No, the thing is just the USA willingly, it's just burning through their missile arsenal, which are way, 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 way more expensive, and is there to counter expensive shit, versus, just putting up some idiots with an old flak battery. Because Shahed drones and all of that, what they're using in Ukraine, they're slow. They're
very slow, yeah.
They're very slow. So the best thing to shoot is to just shoot them with normal ammunition. And you know what's another thing about the Shahed drones and Lancer drones, which is very, very interesting? So yeah, they're cheap. But remember, most of them fancy wire-guided missiles. But also,
But the Shaheds are not wire guided, right? They are like
yeah, but they're not
Predators.
wire-guided. They're basically just like a fancy artillery piece.
yeah.
And this is the thing, when someone says, oh, are they a problem? Shahed drones have a bigger radar signature than modern jets.
They are a problem because they have a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, but like, again, they became so much more of a manageable problem the moment they had Gepards, and the more they got like old, the more old,
Objective Foxtrot.
anti-air with just radar signatures was out. Oh yeah, it's just like, hey, some old stuff is back, basically in the sense that it's.
I think the main problem for the Ukrainians currently is that they don't have enough of it.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's still, you need to scrap together old Gepards, but the ones they have are doing a famously good job. Like, there's a reason why the Sky Ranger is just fancy Gepard, basically.
Yeah. They realized, alright, these things are actually good. We should never have gotten rid of them. Let's
I mean,
pepperons.
the thing is, there was just there was a brief moment for like 10 years or so where there was no need for radar-guided anti-air. Now it's like, yeah, you better have some on your ships or everywhere, like a bit of radar-guided anti-air, and then you don't need to use missiles.
Because missiles are fucking expensive.
So in some sense, we are actually moving back to the classic warship in like, we have anti-air batteries again. Now, the moment we
want to get your warships too big, otherwise they will be dead in the water, but...
What? No, the Trump class is going to be so good with its laser battery and railgun that runs off of 2 diesel engines.
Yeah, it's the best way to bankrupt the United States
I mean,
and
generally,
to put a lot of steel on the ocean.
yeah. That's also, by the way, what I keep saying. Listen, if anyone is like, oh, how the drones are so good with Iran, no. Like, listen, he dismantled his whole supply line. This is why they don't have food. Like, I don't think the US Navy in any conflict, even World War II, ever ran out of food. And now they are living off of nothing, which is just... You know, there's a poetic thing, considering that, what's it called? In World War II, Japanese Navy members literally defected to the USA because they were captured, and because the US Marine was just like, yeah, we need to keep you in like one, you know, quarter, but you can eat with us. And then like the officer literally got and like one of the, it wasn't the officer, but like one of them was asked, hey, which type of ice cream do you want? And literally, you need to keep in mind, this is a this was the Japanese Navy soldier that already had a plate full of mashed potatoes, vegetables, fried chicken, and then he was asked, do you want vanilla or chocolate ice cream?
Having ice cream in World War II is really
Having ice cream on a ship.
Yeah, that's
On a
amazing.
ship. You need to keep in mind,
Amazing.
Japanese Marines were basically fed with very bland onigiri and expected to maybe fish for themselves. Because literally the fascists, because literally fascists, they were just like, our people will just power through on willpower alone. And they literally got told everyone else is also doing it, obviously. And yeah, the moment they actually had contact with, nope, America actually feeds their people and treats them as humans, they were just like, fuck it, we're out.
Maybe it makes
No.
sense if you are an actual democracy.
Yeah.
You have to treat your soldiers well because most of them fought voluntarily, even, right?
We have the saying in German, ohne Mampf kein Kampf.
Exactly.
And it's true. You need to feed your soldiers. Period.
Yeah. And
Like-
you need to treat them well. You need to care for them.
Yeah. And I will say that the thing is, when we just do like, and by the way, if you ever wondered, hey Nia, are you for or against the war in Iran? I'm against it. Obviously. It is literally illegal, and too many reasons why that I cannot list here, because it will just flood the last round that we have. But like, I will just say, everything you hear about the dominance of Iran is literally just because, holy shit, the fascism of Trump eroded like one of the most complex military machines in record time.
Yeah.
That is something we need to keep in mind. And
They
also,
made just a really stupid decision to start this war.
yeah, I mean, it is a stupid decision, but like, every fascist will make those decisions because fascists are stupid and more concerned with, you know, their own optics. Like, you know, Russia also wants Ukraine because, yeah, you know, to a degree, they're killing themselves already, but that's a different point. You know, dying empire that wants to survive, but also, it's stupid, but it also, like, the parallels are like, fascists do not have functioning militaries. They have murderous militaries, maybe, but not functioning. Because so much of fascism is incompatible with it. Like, that's also one of the reasons why I will keep saying people need to end, like, if you want to understand why Ukraine is going so bad for Russia, and also why Iran is going so bad for the USA, this is why I keep saying we should generally ditch the whole myth of, oh, the Third Reich was and the Wehrmacht was basically sabotaged by Hitler alone and his stupid ideas. Because here's the thing, no.
Of course not. That's
Yeah.
just Russia. That's just Nazi propaganda, basically.
That's the irony. That's literally the Nazi generals that survived being, oh, we could have won Operation Barbarossa, you know, if it wasn't for Hitler. And then you actually look at the facts and realize, it would have gone way more horribly if Hitler didn't like tell them to not do that, because here's the thing: fascism and the structures it enables destroys itself to a very, very big degree. And that is the thing we need to learn. Because, yeah, Hitler had bad ideas, but also there was a whole system behind it that reinforced those bad ideas. Like, for example, Operation Barbarossa. One of the reasons, literally, Kampfgruppe, so the center group, was held back, because when they say, we saw Moscow, your spies, your recons, very, very far ahead, saw Moscow in the distance through their binoculars. You were not at Moscow. Also, overstretched as fuck. One of the reasons they had 3 army groups was the idea that none of them should overstretch. They could actually, you know, reinforce each other and hold their flanks. And Army Group Center was horribly overstretched. And one of the reasons they were called back was, you know, if, for example, let's say Army Group North and South don't go that well, then, you know, there isn't an overstretched army group that can be flanked from both sides. And now, history. What happened to Army Group North and South? Exactly, Leningrad and Stalingrad. They went really well, you know? They went really well.
Stalingrad.
Yeah, you see the thing with, you know, hey, don't overstretch and make us run into more problems potentially down the line? Yeah, that was that. Is that a bad decision? No, the thing is just, Nazi generals always wanted to be the first one for glory.
Yeah,
Like,
the one would have glorious victories.
yeah, so obviously, when they were denied that, they blamed someone else because, you know, wow, we could have done that. Similar with Dunkirk. Yeah, they could have probably inflicted a shit ton of, you know, damage at Dunkirk. But here's the thing. Remember the whole being overstretched as fuck? Yeah, so if the there was no guarantee that the ground troops would have even been able to fight through Dunkirk. Because, like, those were like how many troops with that back to the wall/sea and basically ready to fight for their life while the other ones were overstretched from supply lines? Yeah, would have been bad, right? So might not have been a bad call. But
And
also,
the British soldiers would have been probably way more motivated to kill all these Germans than the other way around.
yeah, that's one of those things. And then you're probably like, oh, but the Tiger tank. And like, yeah, Panther and Tiger tank. You know what? How they happened? And this is again one of the best cases of fascism and authoritarianism destroys itself. Because
They just think of money things.
yeah, let's just put it like this. The reasonable thing to do if you get faced with something like, oh hey, oh shit, we're now finding out the Russians have better tanks than we have, and basically all our Panzer 3 and 4s, and especially 1s and 2s, they're struggling as fuck. So what do? Basically you say, we need a tank against that. And it should, at best, out-tough both of them. Okay, so the thing is now, fascist authoritarian countries are usually capitalistic, so those all go to private companies. Now here's the thing. The difference why this works in the USA, and actually relatively well, usually, M16, versus nearly all other countries is,
Thank you so much.
well, it's quite literally, you have to basically, you know, go to your glorious leader and say, this is why my thing is good.
We're targeting Charlie.
And now you want to have, like, you know, the money for the contract. So what do? You make the biggest, flashiest thing you can think of that is reasonably possible, and tell them, oh yeah, we can build a bunch of those, no problem. You see what happened here? You need to convince one person, so you don't go with a reasonable approach that would be enough, but maybe it doesn't sound like that. You go with, obviously we're making a bigger, better, fatter, stronger tank than the enemy.
Yeah.
Listen, even if the, no matter what they wanted to do, they would have always ended up with variants of the panther, tiger, and mouse. Because the thing is, you were not supposed to propose solutions. You were supposed to propose something that will guarantee you the deal. And literally the only one that never actually happened was the Porsche Tiger, quite literally because it catched fire. and this is a thing I want to just highlight, because this keeps happening over and over again. Like, for example,
it was not about the most efficient, money-efficient tank. It was about the most probably impressive one.
Yeah, the thing is similar. Look,
meanest one, the biggest one.
Yeah, we talk, for example, now about, oh, Trump wants a battleship.
Yeah,
on the other hand, everyone will tell you it's stupid. The current ships and the current plans are similar, and, crucially, at a fraction of the price with similar capabilities.
And they don't. And if you lose the one ship, you don't sink in a whole national treasure symbol, basically. I mean, these battleships probably will cost a heap of money, right?
Yeah, they will. They will just cost, like, I think 4 times the money. You can, like, literally build, like, 4 of the ships they wanted to build now, and they have, like, similar missile capabilities and everything.
Crazy.
It's stupid, but the thing is, the moment you have to...
But they will never be built, right? I mean, they will never be built.
Hopefully.
It's only somebody has to stop this madness.
At some point it should, maybe, but I don't know. Again, that's the thing. That's the irony. If you have something a few years ago, any viability study, which happened, by the way, which is was just like, nope, battleships and other options would be too expensive
and stupid.
Yeah.
One torpedo and it's gone.
Yep. And so they quite literally went with more cruisers. Now, but then again, the moment you have to impress someone, you will do all the shit you can, because, like, as long as it is technically doable to build, you're fine. I mean, this doesn't even count military stuff. This is also, you know, look at the line. Everything Saudi Arabia wanted to build. Everything Saudi Arabia wanted to build would always be bigger, because some, you know, because 1 or 2 agencies basically went, oh, we have a better design. And they can just render it on the PC and done. And this is
also these mega cities will also never be built, right? They sound ridiculous. Are they actually building them?
But they stopped.
Okay.
I mean, listen. Saudi Arabia's money Saudi Arabia's income of over 6 months vanished. And it's not coming back soon, and it will only be worse because, you know, the fucking UAE left OPEC. They don't really have money anymore.
It's a fun timeline, and whose fault is that? The United States.
Yeah, they literally pulled out of, like, GDC and all that. And, like, you know, they want GDC, like, and video games for their culture washing. Doesn't happen. They just literally pulled instantly. And which was apparently just an open secret, but no one talked about it. I'm like, okay, but, like, can we just point that out? That they just literally pulled out?
We should point it out.
Yeah.
And if you're EAXX should lose their jobs over that.
We have secured 4 objectives.
I mean, no one expected a whole war to break out, but still.
Still.
Yeah, it's still, they should lose it. Anyway, the thing is just, what I just want to point out is, authoritarian regimes always dismantle themselves on a fundamental level because, again, suddenly it isn't about the results, suddenly it isn't about the viability, it is about who gets the most glory. Who can get the best contract. And also, also the bigger and better you make it, the more money it will cost, so you can actually siphon off more money. What a way they build big tanks. So that's what I mean. It always is like that. And like,
But my tank is bigger than yours.
yeah. I mean, even in Russia, you have like, the T-14 Armata, and it has so many cool features, and what do you mean they don't work?
What do you mean they don't have any of them?
Oh no, they have them, they're just stupid.
Oh,
Like, look, it's not like the Soviet Union also sabotaged itself behind the scenes due to, like, some of the exact same dynamics. And, like, no, okay, for everyone who gets no mad, listen, the Soviet Union also achieved a lot of things, okay? I'm not going to be, they didn't send people, send people into space, or, robots to Venus, etc. They did that, okay? And yeah, they kind of solved their the housing problem by just building houses en masse. Also, interesting how they just were able to do that, as if you could maybe learn from that. But the thing is, then you have other stuff like how you ended up with modern tanks, which didn't even start out that bad, but then, literally a British guy happened. Because, so here's the thing, okay? Russia, Soviet Union comes out of World War II, supplies the whole world with T-34s, and it's like the tank, the tank that won World War II. Problem. Korea happens. And turns out the Americans have a new tank. It's bigger, it's better, it's, medium to heavy tank. So they're basically saying, shit, we need a new one. And so they go, the people, they go and are like, shit, what are we doing? Oh wait, we already have a design for a medium to heavy tank from World War II that we just never managed to build. So they just were like, yeah, look, we even do it's even from back then, so good for propaganda, etc., etc. And they built a T-52, and the T-52 is good. It's a genuinely good tank. So they produced the shit out of it. You know what the problem is with vehicles?
We have initiated our attack on Echo.
If you know all the details, this is why, always the War Thunder forum explode, they kind of become useless just a teeny tiny bit. Just a teeny
produce weapons.
tiny bit.
You can't conquer them in strategies to conquer them, in tactics to conquer them, yeah.
Yeah, or just build other machinery against them. So, yeah, basically the Soviet Union now mass produces the T-52, exports it to all their allies, and, so then Hungary happened. If you remember, Hungary had this whole thing of, the communists were sick of the communists, and they kind of wanted to have a bit more democratic communism, but the authoritarian communists sent in tanks to quell a rebellion. Fun fact, this is, by the way, where tanky comes from. Quite literally, like the people defending the use of tanks against the rebellion. That's where
this comes from.
Yeah, the Hungarian Revolution, because literally this split the left people in the West so hard. Because again, those were like Marxists versus, well, the Soviet Union Stalinists, and they were like, and then people were like, oh, was it justified to send in tanks? And the people who just defended the Soviet Union blindly were called the tankies because they defended the use of tanks against protesters.
Still in the West did that?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that there were actual more than a few nutcases that argued for that.
Oh no, that was back then a pretty big deal actually, because like for a lot of you need to keep in mind, for a lot of people, the Soviet Union and its thing, like they were technically, besides China, the only revolution that ever really succeeded. So people were already split on them beforehand. The thing is just, oh hey Ryan, welcome to chill and history lesson. The thing is just, again, the whole revolution in Hungary was, once again, mostly communist students and a lot of the other people who wanted to have still a communist state, but, you know, with democracy, and the Soviet Union who was, oh no, we need to keep our empire intact. And again, they sent in tanks and crushed the rebellion, and then there was like the whole big thing of like, was this justified or not? And yeah, that's where tanky comes from. That's why it's called tanky, because it literally was about tanks.
And people in the West actually were not against that.
Oh damn!
I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
Oh no, a lot of people were against that. It was just like, you know, the people that unquestionably defended it. That was the whole point. They were called like that, and to this day, they try to. People try to say, no, this is just fascist propaganda against us. Bitch, no, the fucking history is... You were called like that because your ancestors, you know, your ideological ancestors uncritically defended the use of tanks against protesters.
Yeah.
That's quite literally where it comes from. That's just how it was. You can hate it, but that's what it was. Anyway, so the thing is, during this whole endeavor, okay, there was a British guy, a British, I think, tank mayor, working at the embassy in Budapest, and he, quite literally, because I don't know if this is British or not, he just decided to go for a walk one day. You know, while I was fighting in the streets, because he just didn't want to stay holed up in the embassy. And I kid you not, this guy...
Going for a walk.
Yeah, and
So,
he
there is a war outside. I don't care.
And he just walks past 50-55. Without his crew. Or anyone. And it was not even really damaged. It was like brand new. It was just abandoned. And the tank was full. So this British guy just was like, ooh, goes in the tank, drives it back into the embassy, and they start studying the thing from top to bottom. It's what it's so that's pretty English. That is very English. Yeah. Guy who just wants to have a walk and steals a Soviet tank in the meantime. So yeah.
It's honest work.
Okay, you know what? Since you all are here new, and we're still talking about it, one more round, then we finish for today. So the thing is, the Soviet Union, when they realized, they were like, oh, you need to give us our tank back. And the British gave it back, but the Soviet knew one thing. The British knew everything. Their tank was dismantled. Every single detail about the T-55 was just now in the hands of the Western allies. Period.
Hippity hoppity, your tank knowledge is now our property.
Well, you've got the walks over with T-50, a movie. It literally that happened. He just stole the thing off the streets of Budapest. So the thing is...
After that, he probably had a cup of tea.
Yeah, probably. You know what? Very deserved one to a degree. He just stole a fucking tank off the streets. But yeah, afterwards, panic. Oh shit, all the Western countries now know what our tanks are made of. And as I told you before, those were the tanks they sent to everyone. I mean everyone. Problem. So what do you do now?
The new one.
Yeah, you build a new one and on the double. And it has to be better because you then realize all the Western countries make tanks, suddenly bring out new tanks, and they are better. They have higher range, bigger armor, better cannons, and the American one can even see in the dark. Like, uh-oh, that's not good. And, so the thing is, failure's not an option. Time is also not an option. So you make a tank. Fast. And that's a T-64. By the way, they're still using them in Ukraine. And the T-64 is, a bit ass. Let's just put it like that.
Those tanks that always kills their crews by jumping with their turrets?
Because they have autoloaders. The thing that to this day with the T-14 Armata that was shown as, oh, our tanks are so advanced, we have autoloaders. Yeah, it turns out autoloaders were the dumbest idea possible, but you know what? No, build them with autoloaders and export them to everyone. Let me put it like this. Remember how a lot of countries still have Russian tanks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess which countries are now calling up the European defense companies and like, hey, you have tanks with non-autoloaders in them?
Do you have tanks that don't kill their crews?
Yeah.
Just asking for a friend. And German
yes, autoloaders.
contractors are probably like, yeah, of course we can sell you our Leopard 2s.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, the thing is, they had a lot of parts in the thing that were actually, like, sensible. Like, for example, there was passive night vision. I think that is nowadays, like, actually just standard. That's literally standard. So they had good ideas in the tank. It's just, if you're basically pushed to make a tank as fast as possible, and you're also being told to, it has to outperform them, the Western tanks, you kind of make one that on paper outperforms them. And that's kind of what they did. That's always what they did. They always kind of outperform everything on paper.
They were technically better.
That was a great German accent. Oh, spoiler! But yeah, the thing is, that's kind of how it happened. And yeah, they did fix it slowly, but it's not like they always, trailed behind it. And the problem is, they were always being told, you need to make a better one with less time and less resources. And, like, that's also a similar thing, because, like, that's one of the main things that when you were working in the Soviet Union, you had to internalize, but, this was also to be in Eastern Bloc countries in general. When you go and you have a system where they're basically saying you're supposed to fulfill your targets, even if you can't, but also you are not allowed to lie, because, if you need to fulfill your targets, else you're gone from your job, but you're not allowed to lie, else someone will fucking put a knife in your back with that, and you're gone. So what are you gonna do? You're just gonna lay everything out in a way that works. Like, for example, is it true that the Soviet Union just produced worse televisions than Western nations? Yes, because they were built on very old systems that they have never updated. But on the other hand, again, you're not supposed to say, oh, we're actually lagging behind the Western countries, because then you didn't fulfill your purpose, or your mission. So you're like, oh, no. Actually, Soviet TV production exceeds Western TV production by metric tons.
I remember that one.
Yeah, and just you're wondering, wait, are you telling me they just produce more in weight? Yeah, technically they're producing less than the West, but because, you know, the technology is older and everything is bulkier, they weigh more. So you'd still beat the West, and that works out. And like,
Our televisions are so much heavier than yours, so they are better.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, you kind of had to work around things. And again, sometimes there was just the whole, you did all your goals and it worked out and that was cool, but then you had the parts where you couldn't or didn't. And then everything was still correct at the end. And no one had to, like, have any problems with that because, you know, as long as everything was correct, no one had problems. No one lied. Technically. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I will say. Autocracies always fall into patterns that basically lead to self-destruction. Always. It's just always to a degree, which kind of flavor do you get? You know?
Take what you can carry.
Anyway, yeah, history lesson over again, yeah, I guess.
For now, you mean?
If something else comes up, then, I guess, but...
I'm still confused. What the situation was? That one with the great German accent. Was it the Leopard? I'm not sure.
I mean, you always talk with a pretty, thick German accent, I have to say that. I mean...
Worse.
I mean, it's not really your fault, but then again... I guess, you could say.
Compared to people I know, my accent is quite weak. You haven't heard a few of my professors.
I mean, at least we're not talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, he's not even German, right?
He's Austrian, yeah. He's Austrian. But yeah, so, and yeah, that's basically one of the reasons why you don't see, like, most, Russian, military hardware in this game, because, like, aside from their avionics department, I don't think the Russians have actually produced anything that well, and
maybe aside of that, they probably didn't want to feature another Russian faction in a Battlefield game.
I mean, they have the, how's it, Su-25, but still. It's not like this is like one of those export things that actually a lot of countries use. And also turn out to be generally not bad, but that's a different topic. Like, for example, I will not say, by the way, that, like, for example, I will not say, you know, oh, hey, one side is better than the other. Like, you will always find some problems. Let's just, for example, show... Remember when, Pakistan and India tried to kill each other again?
Yeah.
Turns out, there's a... What happened is, India, from what I remember, bought a lot of French jets. And Pakistan bought Chinese. One side, how are the kids today say, got mocked hard. And it wasn't the Chinese side.
Say that these days.
I think mocked is a word they use. I don't know what it even means, but like, okay, I know what it's used for, but I don't know where it comes from.
I've never heard that. I'm getting too old.
There we go. We have at least someone killed with a knife.
But I also recently learned that the youngsters now call ChatGPT Chatty. So.
Huh.
So you always ask how Chatty can help you with your homework, and not how ChatGPT can do that.
That's definitely not disturbing.
Not at all, no.
Oh.
My students taught me that, or better, a colleague taught me that, and she learned it from our students.
I mean, not that the price there already is soaring, so I think that the general AI thing is currently very funny to observe because, for example, in the gaming scene, you can clearly see which publisher is just straight up lying to their investors nowadays.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for everyone who doesn't know, like a lot of publishers are not using Gen AI, but are basically pretending towards their investors that they're doing it, mainly for one reason. It doesn't work. Wait, let me put it like this. The output is bad, the backlash is horrible, and also it costs too much. The price of tokens, especially for companies, was raised from $5 to over 1,000 since it launched.
Oh. That's a lot.
They are literally okay. I think the best thing is that there are some companies where, you know, the CEOs and some of the high-ups like actually drank the idiot juice, like they're in the cult. But the thing is, those are the funniest ones because they now just give the fucking game away. Because quite literally what happened, there were a few companies now that talked about how basic code work, you know, and basic code work and modeling was becoming so expensive to do with, you know, AI tokens that they just hired someone. They hired an intern because they were like, yeah, then, you know, all the detail work can be done with AI, but, you know, not the manual labor work that is repetitive at the beginning.
Oh, why? So, exactly the other way around how it should be.
Yeah, but, like, again, you need to keep in mind, even with the price increases, they are not covering their costs.
Yeah,
And even now, it is already cheaper for companies that just gleefully admit that on LinkedIn, just not getting it. No, it's cheaper to just hire someone. And let me tell you, there are a lot of big companies that know that. Like, again, they know it's cheaper to just have people do stuff or outsource because that model worked for years. And Gen AI was only useful as long as it was hyper subsidized, but it isn't anymore. And
I mean, if used right, current coding agents are quite impressive. Or can be impressive. Can.
But even
but
then,
I'm
apparently
too stingy to pay for them.
First of all,
I will not pay 50 euros a month for a subscription that does some things faster than I do.
And even then, you don't know if they do that because, like, then there are also studies that are like they can also just break code because the code you get at the end, if you just do all of it from start to finish with just people, is more coherent.
Of course.
Because turns out if someone wrote it with logic, they can explain it to other people. Oh no, not the human elements coming roaring back.
I'm also just way too stingy to pay for large language model tools.
Yeah, that was just...
even for private people in academia are quite expensive, like really like 20, 30, 40 euro a month.
It's insane.
And I'm like, no, I will not pay that.
Yeah, but you need to keep in mind, that is like 10 euros more than a fucking MMO. And I will ask you, do you want to spend $25 a month? And again, this is still too cheap. This is still not covering costs, even if they had millions of users. Or you just pay $15 and you can play Final Fantasy 14 for a month.
So the first really usable license for Codex, so OpenAI's current agent system for coding costs $20 a month, the first usable version, but the pro version costs already $100 a month.
You see what I mean with it's cheaper to hire a guy?
Yeah.
It's so funny. It is genuinely so funny. But you know, no. AI is the future. It will replace everything. It's just
Wonder
that...
how expensive these subscriptions are going to become if they actually need to make money.
Oh, incredibly. Like, listen, either these companies go down or they ramp up prices and then go down.
Probably a few. So, yeah, probably. I'm still confused because I'm not willing to pay anything for. I mean, Perplexity is quite good still, but I'm not willing to pay a cent for it.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Gen AI. It's to a degree the same playbook as... Okay. It is to a degree the same playbook as the automobile industry, just stupid. As in, like... for everyone who doesn't know, cars were not organically... didn't happen organically. Like, if, you know, there was... without lobbying and a lot of shit the car lobby pulled, cars nowadays would probably be a niche thing. Maybe some rich people have it. Maybe, you know, one or two people have it in the countryside. Because there are use cases, especially for, you know, pickup trucks, or especially trucks. But the car lobby literally lobbied, especially in USA and also in like a lot of European countries, to bulldoze cities to make them car friendly. They lobbied to make, like, jaywalking was not a crime until cars. And it was made a crime because there was a lot of money put into it to frame it as a crime. And then, you know,
Jaywalking is only a crime in the US, right? It's not a crime here, right?
I think it is also to a degree a crime here. But especially in USA, it was mainly used to, you know, arrest black people.
Yeah, but here I think you can just cross the street wherever you want, except...
Oh, no, you
the
can,
traffic light
but,
is nearby.
you know, if you get hit by it and, you know, it's a bigger street, they can still say you were, you know... But, you know, jaywalking was a thing, especially in USA, that was introduced because the car lobby wanted to frame it that way, but also, you know, it was, especially in southern states, a very handy way to just arrest black people and homeless people and put them into prisons who were slavery. They were slavery. They were like the modern version of slavery. They just like literally arrested people that were emancipated from slavery to then be sold back to the mine owners they were emancipated from.
That's
I know.
dark.
I know the history of the USA. That's just the whole history of the USA. You're like, oh shit, why did
Very
it happen?
dark.
And you look people-headed. Oh, it's racism again. Like, you know why the highways were built?
It can't be the same reason, right?
It was racism because, you know,
No.
you could not like if you say, oh hey, we do like apartheid and segregation illegally, that was even back then hard to do. But you know, if you just bulldozed like the highways straight through the black communities and cut them apart from the white communities, you still separated them. That happened in New York. That happened like every major American city, that they literally bulldozed through the black communities. Yeah, cars suck. Like on a lot of ways. Anyway, but yeah, no. The thing is, the car lobby did shit like that. They funded the suburbs. They basically built a whole network and made people car dependent. And then, you know, the famous stuff. They literally bought up the streetcars. Like, no shit. The streetcars, like Los Angeles, etc. Like, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No, I haven't seen it.
You should. It's amazing. It's like one of those fantastic ones, but also, if you ever wonder, it is a literal allegory for racism, just with cartoon characters. And the main plot is literally that someone wants to bulldoze Toontown, which is already separated from the normal people and wants to build a highway through it. Also, they want to dismantle the streetcar system of Los Angeles. And there's literally a line in the movie where the protagonist says, "Oh, why should I ever own a car? Los Angeles has the best public transport system in the world," which they had. But guess who bought it up and dismantled it for shitty buses and made those buses even worse? Yep, the car companies. And here's the thing. To a degree, they're kind of trying the same with AI now. They kind of just want to push into everywhere and want to make everyone dependent on it. The problem is just,
Doesn't work so well.
I mean, yeah, like, they kind of want to try to replace human nature. Like, look, you would not stop drawing if you like drawing, just because, quote-unquote, an AI can generate a picture that maybe looks close enough. Like, drawing is the whole point of wanting to draw. Similarly, like...
We'll also not stop writing just because an AI can write.
Seth Rogen literally just talked about that. He was literally like, I will not use AI to write because I like to write. And every time someone posts on Instagram, Hollywood is so cooked, he's just like, he literally said it's like the biggest dog shit he has ever read. And like, say what you want about Seth Rogen, but he's completely right.
AI is quite good at spell checking. But
like spell checking is old. It's so old, and even then,
it's a better spell checker.
Yeah, and even then, I noticed that, you know, when I write nowadays in Word or such, a lot of the times like, oh, you could write it like this, and like, no, that was not my point. Word, I specifically wrote it differently because that is, oh my god, it's it like literally, checking if I mispronounced.
I like people because I can also deny improvements.
Yeah.
If it changed my sentence, I can just click on it and say no.
It would be
want
something.
My own style.
I mean, it just underlines it for me. Like, you could write this better. I'm like, I don't want that. Fuck off. I wrote this specifically in that way. Like, yeah, sometimes I see I could use less words for that, and it probably reads better. But like that happens rarely. Most of the times, it's like it just tries to change something to sound more formally, even though, like, I'm not writing formal shit. I'm writing hot dragon girls having steamy sex. I don't need it to sound like it's a document. Context. Humans know it. Machines don't.
It's not an expert opinion on bridges.
Yep. Yeah, it's just like... It's just like they try to replace something, and the irony is they think it's working because all the people around them are basically like uncreative hacks that drank the idiot juice, but everyone else does not want to do that. Like, people like that. Okay, here's the thing, and I know this probably sounds absurd, but there are people out there who like office work. I'm not kidding you.
I was kicked for inactivity.
Oh, I'm just in the main menu, but... But yeah, there are people who like office work. It's mediative for them. And you know what? More power to them. It's just... Maybe maybe we can just, to a degree, maybe agree on the fact that, listen, some parts of work suck, and maybe we need to restructure how we work so it sucks less and it's more just something you do. But it's completely stupid to be like, oh, but what if we just replace it with a thing that is wrong in 70% of the cases and guzzles up the water, and they want to build it in a country, in a state where they don't even have enough energy at once for the thing. Isn't that right, Utah? It's such a good idea to make a data center bigger than Manhattan, and then just realize, oh wait, this thing would just chuck up more energy than we even have in the States. Like...
Sounds like a bad idea.
I mean, in general, I will say everything that nowadays just consumes massive amounts of water and is not relevant is like, for example, making food or stuff, or, maybe steel. Steel is something we cannot live without. Maybe we should not use water for that. Like, I think any technology that wants to push itself into a market that consumes massive amounts of water should maybe be phased out, because we literally are going towards a water, not crisis, but we need to just fucking limit how much water we have. Anyway.
We'll see how this will develop.
I think the slight rant is over now, but yeah. It's very funny to see how Gen AI is currently imploding.
It's not completely imploding yet.
But it is definitely faltering in a lot of ways. They keep getting a bit of cash. It's still like on the final breath, but it's very funny how they try to keep it alive. And their whole plan seems to just be get everyone in the cult and like, listen, we live in the era of Scientology speedruns. That shit ain't working anymore.
Scientology speedruns.
Have you seen them?
No.
Oh, okay. People on TikTok started. Okay, they started going and were like, how deep can you run into a Scientology center, like while filming yourself before security catches you?
Oh.
And the thing is,
it sounds like it could hurt. Like it could hurt quite quickly.
The thing is, it keeps happening. And I know, but people were like, no, this is bad, this might strengthen Scientology, but in the end it does, because it makes them a joke. And people start, scratching out like the building plans, and people are like, those are odd building plans. And then recently a group of people dressed as the Minions and one guy as Gru went in front of the main temple of the Scientology church and demanded to be let in. While being always in character. That's amazing. I'm genuinely amazed that nobody's been shot yet. Here's the thing, Ryan.
Yeah, I would also say,
Scientology,
please don't do that, you could get hurt.
I think Scientology is at least smart enough to not do that, because they knew if they shot anyone doing it, it would be over for them. It would genuinely be over. Because, like, this action is already tanking their public image. Because everyone's like, oh wow, these people are just a very funny joke. Just, they're a joke, because they're like reacting so harshly to that. And to, the secrecy being uncovered. But yeah, it's just people running into your buildings. What's your problem? And it's, kills the image. But like, if they shot anyone, it would be over. That's like, I just say cults have been dismantled for less. Is what I'm saying. Oh well. But hey, I hope you all had some good fun here. Tomorrow, Pikmin 2. The Red Army marches onwards. Wait, this time it's mostly the Union boys. Who knows, maybe we have another The Great Squashing. Had that last time. And yeah. Hope you all have a great rest of the week ahead of you. Thanks for being here, and see you all around. Bye!
See you.